Hi there! Today's video is going to be over elements of poetry. It's going to be a review for tomorrow's assessment, okay? So we will be going over rhythm, rhyme, alliteration, and repetition, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about rhythm. So can you go ahead and say rhythm? Excellent job. Rhythm. The words in a poem have a beat when you read them, like music. So think back to Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons when we were snapping or clapping along with the song that I was chanting, okay? So whenever we do that, it kind of just makes the poem or story, whatever we're reading, a little bit more like music, right? It sounds a little bit more like music and a little bit more entertaining, okay? So that's what rhythm is. All right, let's go ahead and look at a poem real quick. I'm a Little Penguin, and I'm going to read it I'm just going to read it. And the second time I read it, I'm going to kind of read it to I'm a Little Teapot, like to the beat of I'm a Little Teapot. So, I'm a little penguin. I'm a little penguin in the snow. I slide on my tummy to and fro. I eat the fish from the deep blue sea. I'm black and white, as you can see. So I just read it, but now this time I'm going to do some snapping along with it. So I'm a little penguin. I'm a little penguin in the snow. I slide on my tummy to and fro. I eat the fish from the deep blue sea. I'm black and white, as you can see. Okay? So I added a little bit of rhythm to that, just a little bit. So which one did you prefer more? Which one sounded a little bit more like music? The first one or the second time I read it? The second time I read it, right? So we just added a little bit of rhythm. I just read the words like it was music, right? Okay, so that's rhythm. Let's go ahead and talk about alliteration. Remember alliteration? We listened to that fun song. Okay, go ahead and say alliteration. Alliteration. Words near each other that start with the same sound or sounds or letter. Okay? So for example, we have Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Your turn. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. What letter and sound are we focusing on? The letter P. Excellent job. Good job. Let's go ahead and read some examples that I have. Magoni makes many muffins. What letter and sound are we focusing on for this sentence? The letter M, the M sound, right? Good job. All right, now the second sentence. Amelia loves apples and apricots. Amelia loves apples and apricots. What letter are we focusing on? A. And do you remember what I told you? Sometimes with vowels, you're just going to hear the A sound, or sometimes you're just going to hear the A sound. Now in this sentence, Amelia loves apples and apricots, we hear both the A, the short vowel sound, and the A, the long vowel sound in this sentence. So you can say this sentence is focusing on the A, because it's not really focusing on just the A or the A, it's a little bit of both in the sentence. And in the last sentence I have, Kyle kicks 5 kangaroos. What letter and sound are we focusing on in this sentence? The K, right? The K sound. All right, one more thing over alliteration. Alliteration, when 2 or more nearby words have the same beginning sound or letter, right? So in that song we listened to, they said alliteration sentences are sometimes known as tongue twisters, right? Does your tongue really get knotted? No, but do you remember when I was reading Dr. Seuss's ABC book? And I was reading a lot of those sentences, and I couldn't get the words out. I was just getting, my words were just getting jumbled, right? That's what it means by tongue twister. I'm just saying these sentences that start with the same sound, and it just kind of gets a little bit confusing and hard to say, and that's what it means by tongue twister, right? So let's try a couple more from this anchor chart. I'm going to say it, you repeat. Natalie nibbled noodles. What letter and sound are we focusing on? The N. Sam sipped a strawberry Slurpee. What sound and letter are we focusing on? Good job, the S. Pete the penguin likes pizza and pickles. What letter? P. What sound? Good. Two more. Monkeys make major messes. What letter are we focusing on? The M. Last one. Carla went camping. What letter? C. What sound? K. Good job. So, all these other sentences right here have at least 3 or more words that have the same word that start with the same letter, right? So, but Carla went camping. I only have Carla with a C and camping with a C. Does that work? Is that an alliteration sentence? It just has 2 words that start with the same letter. Yes, you just need at least 2 words that are close by in a sentence that start with the same letter or sound. Okay? So that is alliteration. Let's go ahead and go on to rhyme. All right, rhyme. Words in a poem that have the same ending sound. These words are usually found at the end of a line in a poem or in a book, right? So my example is flat bat. We could also say mat, cat, rat, sat, right? Okay, so I'm going to get a couple of cards and I'm going to hold them up like I did last week, and we're going to see if they rhyme and if they don't rhyme. Tag, tall. Do tag and tall have the same ending sound? Thumbs up or down? No, they don't. Thumbs down. So tag. Does tag rhyme with rug? Do they rhyme? Do they both have the same sound? No! Even though they both have a G at the end, it's not the same sound. This is ag, ugh. Do ag and ugh rhyme? Nope. What about pet and wet? Do they rhyme? They do. They both have the et sound, right? Let's do 2 more. Call and pig. Do those rhyme? They don't, do they? What about call and tall? Do those 2 words rhyme? They do. They both have the all sound at the end. Do wig and pig rhyme? They do. They both have the ig sound at the end. Good. All right. And the last thing I want to review is repetition. Go ahead and try to say the word repetition. Excellent. Repetition. The same words or lines are said over and over and over and over and over again, right? Was that an example of repetition? That was an example of repetition, right? I said the same words over and over and over again. So, let's look at this poem. Green eggs, oops, kind of in the way a little bit. Let me get myself out of the way. There. All right. Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I will not eat them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. So yes, this poem does have rhyming words. Box, fox, house, mouse, there, anywhere. It does have rhyming, but we're focusing on repetition. Now, why do you think I have the words I do not like them highlighted? I because it's an example of repetition. I do not like them. 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 This phrase, because it's not a complete sentence, this phrase is said 5 times. Is that an example of repetition? It is. It's said over and over and over again, right? All right. So I hope you like this little review over elements of poetry. Remember, rhythm. Rhythm is words in a poem that have a beat when you read them, like music, snapping, clapping. Alliteration, 2 or more words that have the same sound or letter in the sentence. All right, and then we have rhyme. Words end with the same sound or sounds, like cat, sat, mat, bat. They're focused on the at sound. And repetition. The same words or lines are said over and over and over and over again. Okay?